Merry Christmas! Well, it's not quite Christmas yet, but I'm doing my Christmassy stuff now. I've made some baubles and now I'm going to make some coasters. So my coasters are going to be made with probably a clear resin, but a heat resistant resin. And I've used my Sizzix machine with some Christmas dies. And I've cut these out. And I'm going to put them in my coaster molds and pour over them. Now I'm going to do this in two pours because I want to ensure that these stick right the way down and look like they're floating in the middle. So we could do... So it's important to do it in two pours because once the resin gets really tacky, then I can just stick these down. And remember, when you're working with coasters, that's going to be really your top of your coaster. So if you want things to read correctly, put them in upside down like this, because if not, they're going to look odd and backwards. So like that, okay, and then they'll come out okay. Now I will be adding probably a little bit of mica, some glitter to these, green and red glitters I think today, because they're quite Christmassy colours. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll be back in a minute. Okay, well I've mixed up my resin, so I'm now going to pour it in. I really want it just to be level with the ridges filled. So not too much in. I might have mixed far too much up here. It doesn't matter, I'll use it for something else. Okay, and I'm going to just allow that to move around a bit. There we go. Fill in those edges. Yep, I've used far too much. Let's see if I've got another mould. I may have another mould. I do. I have a square mould and I haven't used this one before, so let's fill that as well. Now what you will get is you may get some trapped air in those corners, but that's easy to get out. You can either get it out with a toothpick. That just needs a bit more in it, that one. You can get it out with a toothpick, or you can get it out. I use these, which is just some micro brushes. I find they get the bubbles out because they kind of stick to the bubbles a little bit more. And you don't want those bubbles trapped in the corners, because if not, they will leave sharp edges when it cures, and you don't want that. And then I will go over this with my heat gun, because I'm not going over it with my torch, because I always end up ruining my moulds by going over it with a torch. And I don't find I do that with a heat gun. So quick blast. So some of those bubbles, and some more of those bubbles will come up as we're doing this. Oh, there's a hair in it already. We can get that out as well with little. Look at that. But that will come straight out with that. And I can just use another one. So there's another little bubble there. There we go, he's up. And we'll let those bubbles come up. And then we'll go over it with the heat gun again, and then we will put in some little bits of glitter. Another hair there. I must be molting. So we'll then let those bubbles come up, and then we'll put in some glitter. Okay, so we've got that up, and 99% of the bubbles are out of that. And I'm just going to sprinkle some glitter over it. Now I don't want too much, because I don't want it to I don't want to not be able to see the pattern that I'm putting in. So there's some. Okay, so these are firmed up quite a bit now, and so it's time to put the metal bits in that I showed you earlier. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop these on, push them down slightly into the resin, and let them cure completely before I put the next layer of resin on, because I think that's the best way. And then if any bits do pop up, then that's not, I don't really mind then. So I'm going to have a season's greetings going across there, and remember, back to front. If not, when you put them the right way up these coasters, your writing's going to be all backwards. And they're sticking into that quite well at the moment, and that's why I like using aluminium tins rather than just plastic. I don't know why. And it recycles them as well, so which is great. It upcycles the tins. So we've got Season's Greetings there, and we've got Happy Christmas, and I'm also going to put a candy cane in that one. There we go. And that's not going to sink in anywhere because of it's quite tacky now. So now I'm going to put my snowmen in my other two, my two round ones. Just push them down a little bit. Oh, it's sinking well into that one, that arm, but that doesn't matter. It'll give it like a 3D effect when it comes up. I'm okay with that. Okay. Oh, let's pop this one down. There we go. And that red and green glitter is popping up through his buttons, which I quite like. I'm loving these. And that one I'm going to put across the corners rather than down level across the sides, just to give it a bit more interest. So some Merry Christmas and a Happy Christmas. And this is also going to have a candy cane in it. So it's going to have one going around that way. And possibly one going around that way. Yes, definitely. Oh, I put it in upside down. divvy. I want the colour to show on that one, so that one needs to go into a different one in a second. Well, these have been curing now for 24 hours, my little Christmas coasters. So let's see what they've come out like. Oh, they're nice and hard. And the great thing about using a heat gun rather than a torch is I find that they come out much easier. Season's greetings, Merry Christmas. That's come out really well. I do like that snowman. He's come out excellent as well. A little bit of glitter in them. Oh, look at this one. I did obviously, as you can see, put a bottom layer of resin on with gold, and I think that's come out really, really well. Okay, so there we go. Let's put them on a less mucky background. So there we go. So there's that one. Happy Christmas, season's greetings. Season's greetings, Merry Christmas. Little snowmen, I think they've come out lovely. I really like those. And the Merry Christmas and Happy Christmas with the candy canes in. So, really pleased with how they've come out. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like and share this video as much as you can to help my channel grow. Bye.